Welcome to Let's Play Dust. I'm Nye, and we have a chest to open. So, let's do that. So we got a quick little quick-time event in order to actually open a chest. I'm not quite sure why they do that, but, you know, it's there. We'll have to do that for every chest that comes up. It's gonna be fun, and there will be more complicated chests later on. Here's a small passage that I can't do anything about, so let's make our way into the forest. You know, with little, walking critters like that, I just expect to see Bambi somewhere. And since I'm holding a big-ass sword, I expect to have to kill it. Or its mother, one or the other. Okay. Lovely hand-drawn everything, and the music is just amazing. Hey look, it is freaking Bambi! Run away! See? Bambi. Oh dear. Something's happening. And we have... that.
Calm yourself, Fidget. Dust. Focus. Remember what you've learned thus far.
Okay. Hit things that are in front of me, and dodge when I don't want things to happen.
No! Mash the buttons! Do something!
I love Fidget. I love her so much. Fidget is our resident fourth wall breaker. Even Dust does it eventually, but, yeah. So as I said, Dust is a side-scrolling beat-em-up game. So much of our combat's gonna be of this style.
Nobody said anything about monsters.
Sure they did. It's a game.
Strange. Where did I learn these skills?
You wield the Blade of Ara, and with it, all the skills imbued therein.
Conveniently ignoring all the training sequences.
Hello? Monsters?
We're getting to that.
Is that why I summoned you? To control this power?
It is unlikely, Dust, that I would awaken from my slumber for such selfish reasons.
Translation, even the sword doesn't know.
There is a village beyond these woods. Perhaps finding it will aid in restoring your memories.
And then we'll be in the clear, right? No more monsters?
Fidget, you're focusing on the negative. These monsters mean I can attack them. I can do things.
Fidget, I think things are about to get a whole lot worse.
No prophecies.
And to think, this morning started off so well. At least take these feeble fruits. Something tells me you're gonna need them.
Feeble fruits. Yep. Just another healing item. Save monument. Automatically saves, but if I so choose, I can save my progress manually into any slot. I can also go to the world map when I unlock more areas. So the game does sort of update you on a variety of moves. Yep. There's a variety of moves I can use. The basic just hit attack button over and over and over is one of the better ones. I'll be using it later on when I remember. That's the one that's just talking about. That's actually very useful. There is my block. I'll be using that for a lot bigger monsters later on. It's less a block and more I attacked you at the exact same time, so we both recoil, but I have better reflexes, so I hit you back fast. Now, I can't just ignore these guys. If I try to leave a room and there's enemies still in the room with me, the game will actually block me from moving on. Lots of different moves. And they have some really cool names, too. That right there, though, that's one of my favorites. Now, stuff will disappear from the ground if you leave it for more than, 8 seconds. There's that blockage. Yep, not allowed to leave. Look, it's an ability. What does this one do?
Hold here, Dust. you have unlocked a new ability. Bear witness to the Dust Storm.
It's named after me.
I like it.
Hold Y to perform the Dust Storm. But beware. Skilled as you may be, you cannot maintain the storm for long without hurting yourself.
In other words, we can't do it forever.
In that case, maybe I can help. If you press B, I'll perform an attack so spectacularly awesome that it'll produce emotions you didn't even know existed.
Remember... Yeah, she attacks.
Please contain yourselves as I demonstrate.
She attacks. Yep.
That was, very pretty.
I can make fireworks when I win.
Well, maybe I'll just keep the rest of my repertoire to myself.
I'm sorry, Fidget. I'm sure it'll come in handy somehow.
Actually, Dust, between the three of us, this could be quite useful. The Dust Storm can manipulate Fidget's projectile into a more powerful attack. Observe.
Now this, on the other hand...
Wow!
Yeah, apparently I spin that sword so fast, I cut light.
Oh, by the way, every time I use my power, it'll use up a bit of energy meter. You can recharge the meter with melee combos.
Yes, Dust. Between your combos and Fidget's own powers, you can achieve a higher hit chain, which will yield bonus experience after each battle.
Woo.
However, if you are struck by an enemy, the chain will be broken, and you will lose your bonus experience.
Yep.
All right. I think I understand.
If this is all too much for you, you can check out the help screen via the pause menu by pressing start.
Thank you. That's... Thank you.
Thanks, Fidget. I'll take a look if I'm ever in trouble.
Okay, so Dust Storm. That's that. So in the upper left-hand corner, if you check out my HUD there, you will see that sort of flame that's going there. That flame is my energy meter. It governs how often I can dodge. Every dodge will take up some of that energy. But it also governs if we can actually use Fidget projectile, whatever projectile may be at the time. So, kind of important. As she said, me actually just plain hitting things will recharge my meter, so I don't have to worry about it too much. And I will eventually get more energy and more energy later on. That blue bar on the upper left-hand side is my EXP meter. Now, as they said, the higher combos I'm able to maintain, the better EXP bonus I get later on. I will actually level up faster if I'm able to maintain my combos. Now, oddly enough, using Dust Storm like this does not use my energy meter, but as you'll notice, the longer I use it, the more red dust becomes. That's showing that, the further I go on, the more dangerous getting. If I hold it for too long, dust will act as if hit. I can't remember if it actually counts as a hit or not, but he'll act as if he's hit. He'll fall to the ground, and I'll be unable to use Dust Storm for a while. Which, as you might be able to guess, is bad because I like using Dust Storm. Away. Well, that's some wind. Oh, hey, look, a key. I think that's everything that's over here. Pretty sure it is. Let's see, what did the Book of Faith say? Archer's Path. Well, that's something important in Archer's Path. This is actually a hint to some sort of treasure. We'll look into it when I actually reach the Archer's Pass level, which will be a little bit down the road.
Hey, you just leveled up!
Woohoo!
Is that what I did? It feels good. Great, even.
Pretty much.
As it should, Dust. You've acquired a skill gem. Open the character screen from the inventory to upgrade your abilities and become even more powerful.
Yep, standard level up ability. Okay, the rule is that I can only upgrade any one stat up to 4 more than all of its fellows. So I can go all into attack for about 4 levels, but then I actually have to catch up every other stat. So it's best to really balance it out, basically. I'm going to work with defense for now, just because I want to take less damage, and I'm sure that working on tough means there's going to be a lot of damage to be had. I mean, I've already had to jump whole walls. And those droppables will be used for craftables later on. I love Fidget's abilities. We'll be seeing dropping corpses for a while now. Okay, guys. That's it for this episode. I'll see you next time.